beautiful day. Welcome to another episode of It's a Man's World.
Morning.
And I'm hot,
Yes,
but I'm
good
still
morning.
Dario.
Yes, it is morning. Yes.
And I'm Naik.
Forever Jason. We're not gonna change.
And today's topic, or tonight's topic, what do I say? This is so weird for me.
Yo.
The topic of the day is day.
The topic of the day, are we really an independent nation? And, is it okay for your woman to ask you to marry her? We're going to be talking about those things when we come back with some mojitos, some more girls in the background.
So sandfly.
Gonna fire these producers. You see this beautiful beach and there's no women. No women.
That is sad. That is real sad.
No women.
We'll be back.
Every year I'm searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.
But it would mean nothing. Without a woman or a girl.
And we're back, still a man's world. And the question of the day is, are we really an independent nation, Nike?
Are we? Well, to find the definition of independence. What is the independence? Self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining comes to mind.
Self-governing.
Self-governing comes to mind as well.
Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty. Autonomy.
These are some really good words.
To basically put it in a nutshell, I don't really think we are independent. I mean, if we are independent in terms of making rules or making the laws of the land, we're really good on doing that. In terms of us being a standalone nation, where we're, let's just say some resource gets, hampered or cut off, we can be like, cool, it's all right, it's all good. Me not having no apple.
Right.
I'm good. I'm gonna pay my scientists here
I like apples.
to find a way so we can make tropical apples. I really don't.
We have those already. They're called sugar.
They call sugar apples. Oh, those are the real ones.
Those are the real ones.
The ones that the U.S. can't clone. So here's the thing about it is, I just don't think that the full aspect of independence is being enjoyed by our country. I don't think it's being practiced by our country, and I don't think we're actually following the ideal that we need to follow in terms of actually putting the term of independent and attaching it to ourselves. I mean, maybe for my kids' future or so, they may see it.
I like the optimism.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things we're gonna see. We're gonna see the island get a great investor again. But maybe not in my lifetime. We're gonna see 3-day mass again. Maybe not in my lifetime, but in terms of having a fully independent country where, we actually don't need, or we're not hampered by, the outside influences or the powers, the superpowers, if you want to call it. We can be a superpower onto our own.
Right. Jason?
I agree with Naik's point. We're not completely independent because we still have to rely on outside sources for a good amount of things. And if we were truly independent, we'll be able to stand on our own completely.
Right.
But we still can't.
Still can. Okay. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. These guys suck. Maybe it's because it's hot. We're not independent. We're not even almost independent. And there are levels to this. Now, for the most part, most countries can't be independent because you do rely on external for either funding or financing or just as patronage to whatever currency. I mean, we are all interdependent. We're an independent world, but we have to be. So no country is truly independent unless maybe you're Cuba. And then even though I love Cuba, nobody really wants to be Cuba.
I don't mind. I don't mind being Cuba. I really don't mind being Cuba because
they have good alcohol there,
They do, and I heard their pork is good. It's really good.
My God.
But
their pork is good or just pork is good?
Pork is good.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
That's
pork is great.
fair.
The thing about it is, I mean, we've seen countries, like Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen places like Dubai. We've seen places like
Singapore.
We've seen places like Singapore actually become, a superpower onto their
to
own,
themselves, yeah.
right?
But being a superpower don't make you independent. No, we have a different type of clause to our contract because we have a queen that we have to answer to that's not sovereign to Antigua. So we have, technically we have the head of state, which is not a part of your own nation. So that in and of itself precludes us from being independent. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the school textbook tells you.
Yeah,
I don't care what 1981 tells us.
It's just like when we put on slave clothes and call it, national dress, which you know what I mean? It's like,
a problem for me.
So you want to reinforce what we wore back in slavery?
No, it's not a problem for me in terms of allowing people to, because the styles that they come up with using the madras, I love. I absolutely love the creativity. I love them displaying what they consider to be national pride. And in that aspect of it, in the fact that the individual thinks that they are portraying their independent national pride, I like it. I love it, actually. But the truth of the matter is...
You think we actually do have national pride?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you see it. I mean, albeit sometimes conveniently, but you do see it when it comes to certain things.
What quantity though? What percentage though?
You're talking about the individual, or talking about how much that individual has in?
Overall. I'm talking in general aspects.
I think for the most part, the vast majority of Antiguans, I would say upwards of 80%, love the fact that they're from Antigua. Antigua is a beautiful place.
Right.
Love it, but
Antigua is a beautiful place, but Lord knows, we've already seen like 3 Kentucky boxes on the beach since this morning.
Yeah, but you see, okay, but the thing is with that, everything is different for everybody. So the way I might display national pride or love, for an example, might be different from yours. So I might be doing something that I think, is me showing love to my country, for instance. But you perceive it as something else. So I don't want to prejudice anybody and say, that person doesn't have national pride because they don't express it the same way that I do. I'm not going to be that naive. But I, for the most part, at least by contemporaries, people that I speak to, love being from Antigua. I mean can you see this?
It's an awesome place. I mean, I celebrate Antigua every day. Well, I actually celebrate Pickett's more.
Yeah, we know.
Stand up.
But the thing is, I think it starts there. It starts where
but
we
am I allowed
actually.
to say Pickett stand up?
You can. You got a pass.
I don't know if it was a.
You got a pass.
Can
I go to church in Pickett. I go to church.
No, the thing is, right, it has to start from, the reason why I do it like that, because I mean, I think if everybody takes pride in their village individually, and then it actually becomes, as you say, there are levels to it.
Yeah.
You have pride in your village, then it's a pride in the constituency, then it's a joint thing where the whole island,
But you got to be careful with pride in an individual thing, because what that does sometimes is give the impression that you don't absolutely have the same passion or love for something else. So if you come from Old Road, do you not like Johnson's Point?
I've never been to Old Road. I can't afford a visa.
I don't think.
But what I'm saying is, I think a lot of people get mixed up with the whole civic pride and national pride thing, and I do understand what you're saying, and I'm holding on to your point.
Jason?
I have nothing to say on
Jason,
that. That was well said.
Okay.
Well said.
All right, cool.
But like I said, there are levels to it. Now, for me personally, if you have a queen, then you run yourself into problems. I'm going to talk about a lot of queens when we come back, because queens are going to be a part of the next topic as well.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
stay tuned. It's a man's world.
Yeah. Pardon the squinting.
It's hot.
It's really.
Signcom, your #1 source for a wide variety of signs for your business. Also the official dealer for Castor Oil in Antigua. We carry a variety of sizes. At Signcom, we're ready to create your custom design signs, t-shirts, channel letters, electronic signs, billboards, vehicle stickers, feather banners, and road safety signs. We also make trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, and much more. Signcom, located on Factory Road, Painters, St. John's, Antigua. Relocated on the beautiful Dutchman's Bay, Antigua, is La Buzola.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitarandella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta fazool, that's amore.
One hasn't lived well, sleep well,
When you
loved
dance down
well,
the
if one
street,
hasn't died well. La Bussola Restaurant on Dutchman's Bay.
But it would mean nothing, nothing, nothing. You're not a woman or a girl.
We're back, still a beautiful day on It's a Man's Work.
That's
Can you
right.
see what's happening here?
In the background,
If you're not in Antigua, you
this
suck.
is not Photoshop.
This is natural, all natural,
How do you-
people.
What? They use Photoshop in the video?
They do
With
sometimes.
video.
Sometimes.
All right, no problem. So our next
That's
topic.
reality.
We got this submission from one of our viewers. Thank you to our viewers. We love the input. Keep it coming. But Jason, would you
Yes.
be cool if your girlfriend asked you to marry her?
I wouldn't have no problem.
Right?
Reason being, because if a man can propose to a woman, why is it a woman can't propose to a man?
It's tradition, though.
It's tradition, but sometimes we need to get away from tradition.
Right.
Tradition can just keep us dormant at times.
It can.
Think about sex. Missionary position is a traditional position.
Wow.
Really?
I don't.
I thought it was doggy style.
I don't.
No,
I don't
no,
think
it's
they.
not
I don't
kicking
think they
out.
were doing missionary back in caveman days. I'm just saying.
I don't even know what we're talking
But
about anymore.
but I digress. But Jason, to ask you another question, do you think that with a woman proposing to you, did you drop the ball? Weren't you moving quick enough? What do you think about? Okay, so what do you think about what? Not necessarily what society says, but how it kind of looks.
Well, in my eyes, it depends on the individual, how you guys are.
Right.
I wouldn't take it anyhow if she proposes to me. It means that she likes, okay, I know he might want to propose, but I think I want to do it before. Because depending on kind of persons you are in a relationship, you guys have a kind of clicking. You know how you are. She knows how she is. You guys would just mix
So
like yin and yang.
why you don't want to propose to her first?
I would not have a problem too, but if she beats me to the punch, she beats me to the
Or
punch.
she just beats you.
No,
She
well,
just beats you?
that's
So she's
another
gonna
topic.
take it-
That's another topic.
So she's gonna propose to you and then she's gonna take control of the whole
No, she's nah.
relationship.
That doesn't mean she's gonna take control now because
How
she
do you know,
proposes.
Jason?
How do you not know?
How do you know?
How do you not know?
Okay.
That's my point. That's
Jason is
what's
turning
your
into
view?
Nostradamus now. Okay. Dario?
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I can only speak off of my personal perspective and my personal opinions. That's why we're here.
Exactly.
I didn't propose. It was more of a, you want to get married next week? Because what it is for me, or what it was for me, we already knew that. So, like I said, the stages to it. You have to know if you and your partner are compatible in terms of, is marriage the next step for you?
Love that word.
Because some persons don't believe in marriage. Some persons don't want to get married. They just want to live a single life, and for them that's fine. If that works for you, that works for you. This is not telling you how to live your life. But if you and your partner get into those conversations, and you should have those conversations if you both want to get married, whether not to each other, just generally, if marriage is a thing for you, then the next thing is, are you compatible? Nike's favorite term when it comes to relationship. Are you compatible? And if you are compatible, then it just flows to a place. Like I said, for me and my partner, newlywed, it was just a conversation. We just had I simply asked her, do you want to get married, on a beach during Carnival? And she laughed, and then she said, okay, no problem. And that was the conversation.
I feel you. Me, I have no problem with it. I mean, yeah, it should just be a seamless thing. For a woman to propose to a man, I mean, come on, man. There shouldn't be any, this really shouldn't really be a discussion. But, because we care about y'all, we are going to discuss it.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, I told somebody the other day, if somebody was driving a Mack truck and they were moving a load of sand from one place to the next, does the sand lose its value because the Mack truck is being driven by a woman?
Right.
Exactly.
I see where you went with that.
Right. So my thing is, right, it
You
shouldn't
just wanted
be.
to be difficult.
So you're saying that women are equal to men?
You just wanted to be difficult.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are. I mean, there should be no fallback. There should be no set rule where a woman should not do this because a man usually does it. If it's a usual, if she's just gonna do it just to go against what society thinks and she's not really for it, then I have an issue with it. But then if it's a situation, as you says, that it just grows organically,
Just happen.
You know, it just happens. You know,
Like
it should
fungus.
not. Yeah, it should not be. It should not be a
body
problem.
odor.
Or body odor. You know what I mean? You know, or toe jam.
Toe jam. But I didn't
You
even
know
answer
what
the
I
question. I think it's perfectly cool.
It's perfectly
But
fine.
the thing with proposing, and everybody needs to understand this, you have to be ready for the disappointment as well.
Yeah, Jason.
That's a reality check. It's a scary
The
moment.
same way she can propose to you, she can come back and be like, psych.
Psych. I didn't mean it.
You know, me.
April
And then she'd be
Fools.
like, wait, you fell for it? Really?
You thought I was serious?
But I
Seriously.
mean, but that's a real thing, the disappointment of a proposal. And this is a little segue off of the topic. I think that is a major part of that thing, because you can't ever know what's in somebody else's head. You can only know what they say and how they behave.
And guys, don't think because she proposes to you, you're not pay for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm just thinking, please, no. So you proposed. So,
Yeah, you wanted this.
So
She
where
probably
am
might
I?
hit you with the, I'm
Where's
not
my
the only one
soup gonna
getting
come
married
from?
here.
Where's
I'm
my?
not the only
You
one
know what I
getting
mean? I
married.
want a blue cake. No, no.
Okay.
No, so there's a man like that. They're
My
like
wedding is
they're
going to be DC themed, bro.
So you are getting married?
You're gonna get a DC themed wedding.
Like Dennis Rodman? Or,
So
I
you're
mean,
gonna come
traditional?
out, you know, dressing Superman.
No,
in
I'm not
spandex.
gonna be Superman. I'm gonna be Joker.
Oh, she's gonna be Superman?
I'm gonna be Joker. She's gonna be Harley Quinn.
She's gonna be, wow, that just happened.
Yes, it did.
You know what? We're gonna
Yes,
go on
it
a
did.
break. We're gonna go. No, we need. Can we go on a break now?
I think we need, I don't even think if, Joe,
Can we
we'll
go
be
on
back.
a break now?
We gotta,
Seriously?
producer said you have to talk
wrong
some more.
with this?
Jesus.
Nothing is wrong with
Can
that.
we
What's wrong
can we
with
just edit Jason?
Jason, I'm drop my key inside the day. You know, just go over there.
which part? But
Anyway, I like Jason's
You have to go on there.
Him,
You have to
to be
go.
honest,
You have to go on there. Look.
I like, you mean, do you?
Do you?
And if Jason wants
Do
to be,
you?
you know, the Joker, then at his wedding.
Seriously.
Be the joke at his
I mean,
wedding.
Listen, I'm not.
I'm not even judging you for that. I like it.
Dude, I like it. I like it. I like
anyone
it.
who's
Do I get to
wearing
hit you in the face with a pie?
yeah, that can work. That can work. That
I'm
can
just
work.
So you
asking
want,
to
you
keep
want
the whole
pie in
theme
your
up.
face?
Oh my God.
You really want pie in your face?
But I was going to say thank you to our viewers for this topic. I really found it very interesting
it was
because
a-
there is a stigma attached to women taking
Yeah.
control of a relationship and the men being perceived as
Being, as not being manly enough,
if the
you know?
woman does, you know, make that
Yeah,
step.
they see it as
I
emasculating.
think
What's
it's
so
a
emasculating
really
about the
manly
question?
thing. I think it's a really manly thing when a man realizes that, yeah, he can, you know, be helped.
Right.
He can, if he can actually allow himself to actually open up to that, to being, you know, helped, encouraged. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a weak thing for somebody to even accept a woman, for a man to even accept a woman's proposal, because I mean,
But I'll tell you a real thing, and there's I don't have any scientific proof, but this is anecdotal for me. Men are usually more reserved and relaxed and content is the word I was looking for than women.
Mm-hmm.
Women are more amenable to change.
yeah,
So
we're
a
more
woman-
about
a
the
woman's
present.
always
They're more
ready to change
about
the drapes and, you know, rearrange
Yeah.
the room and change the sheets,
What
and
it
the man
is.
is just gonna like, but
Yeah.
they're fine.
yeah, we're
So
more about
in that same regard, if you think about, you know, your relationship with your partner, men get comfortable because, you know, it works. If it already works, you don't
be
fix
comfortable,
something that
but don't be
works.
complacent.
Right. Well, this is where that
you
comes
know?
in. So
don't be complacent.
if the woman does make the step forward to, you know, say, hey, maybe it's time that we do, you know, I get that name
You
change.
should know you're already in
Then,
that position.
you know, it's just probably because you've been wasting time. Not that you don't care about her, not that you don't want to make that next step, but you know, it was already cool.
Right, definitely.
But you know, I say go for it. Go
Yeah.
for it. Jason, Harley Quinn and Joker, huh?
yeah, man, definitely.
Right.
Why not?
And on that note, we'll be back after these messages.
all right.
He actually said that. You know. interesting twist, we had one of our viewers, a new viewer, ask us the question. So here we are.
Okay, I'm thinking y'all having a very interesting conversation regarding things that women do want to know as to why you propose or why you don't.
Right.
But it's interesting, the topic, because you said that you almost welcome women proposing you. But I don't think that you answer, would you feel pressure into saying yes if your woman did ask you?
Oh.
So the question from the viewer
Is
would
what
we feel pressured?
I wouldn't.
Right?
That's a very interesting question because, you know, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Maybe I would, and you know, I think we are more so built for rejection, and men are kind of persistent.
Right.
I don't think a man would necessarily say no in the first instance.
No.
But then it comes to that pressure thing.
But I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I would feel pressured, but that's not a bad thing. Why would you think that pressure is a bad thing? Sometimes you have deadlines at work, cause it to work better. Sometimes if you're playing sports, you get pressure because of the situation. Pressure is not pressure. You see, people change hurts.
I think it's pressure to the point that I don't think a man would necessarily say no, because
It
that's
depends on
when
the individual.
it's going to put the pressure is going to come where he's going to have to start, you know, prioritizing everything.
Not only
Because
that,
if he's comfortable with the situation being the way it is,
Right.
and then she pops the question to him,
Right.
oh, that's a different deck of
But
cards right
pressure
there.
doesn't only come from that. The pressure comes from your family and basically people around you. Because think about it. You know, you're laughing. Think about it.
No, I'm laughing because I agree with you.
Yeah, think about it, because you'd be like, so, mom, my girl just proposed to me. She's like, you're what?
Or you
How
gotta
did
get
you let that happen?
Oh, okay,
you know?
like that. So you must
Yeah,
gonna
so
call you an
they'll be
idiot.
like, exactly, and then the rest, most of the family might jump on the bandwagon and say, I can't believe you did that.
And this
your
bothers you?
friends. No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about in some guys' instance. We're talking about pressure here.
Okay.
It may cause pressure for some guys in that situation where their friends be like,
Me,
I like the pressure.
I like the question. I like the question, and I do think that pressure will be a result. I do think there will be a result for pressure, and I do think that 9 times out of 10, a man isn't gonna say no.
But if she asks the question, it means that she's invested. It means that she's there. You know, she's ready to
Or it goes back to what I said
Or she's
earlier.
pregnant.
Or it goes back to what I was saying before. You know, hopefully for him, you know, shout out to Jason. You know, hopefully it's a situation where he can actually say, you know, it goes back to it's basically what I was saying earlier. You know, are you sure you're cool with the fact that she's the one asking the question because she thinks probably you are? And it's basically what both of you said. Are you too comfortable in a situation that you're not even gonna pop the question? And do you think that you really want it? And do you think that it's really gonna work out because she pops the question?
I like the fact that she pops the question. Like I said, men by nature are naturally complacent. And I think if a woman puts pressure on a man, don't see it as a bad thing. You know, rise to the challenge, literally and figuratively. And do your job.
I see what you did there.
I did, yeah.
I see what you did there. Right, rise to the challenge.
You know, just
And guys, please don't propose to your girl to try to trap them, because they do have some kind of guys out there. They're like, you know, they want to play the Kembe Mutombo with the vagina. You know, it's like,
Gary Payton.
this is my vagina. You don't come in here. I blocked Jordan already. I control the paint. You know, you don't want to be that dude.
Jason, save us.
my God. It was just too funny, but anyway.
So my final thoughts on it, yes, I like the woman proposing. I don't think it's a problem if either party proposes, but I think if you're in that relationship, you all need to be in that space where both of you know the time is right.
Yeah.
And if both of you know the time is right, then it doesn't matter who asks. It's just like if you wake up and whose turn is it to cook?
Right.
Just to get the job done.
You know, and as Darius said, there is good pressure. There is good pressure, and I think, yeah, there's bad pressure too.
There is bad pressure.
There is bad pressure too.
Oh,
right. So I think, if it's a situation where that pressure you do feel forces you as the man in the relationship to, step up your game, get things sorted out and everything, as I said, it doesn't, not because she proposes to you means that the responsibility is off of you. You do share. It has to be.
Your role to play in the wedding.
Yeah, there still has to be that reciprocity.
And
you know.
on that, I'm going to ask a question that we're going to cover in our next episode. Is being a man in a relationship a role or just a role?
Or is it dehumanizing for a man to have his woman remove ingrown hairs from his bikini line?
Men have bikini lines.
These are questions that people want to know.
They want to know the questions or the answers?
The answers, sorry.
I'm like, what?
Come on, man.
You know how
my mind works.
I don't even know what just happened there.
You know how my mind
I lost all train of thought from Nike. Are you serious, dude?
You had a me moment, man.
I just have to ask this question. Give me a second, dude. You know what? Never mind. What? And on that note, we're going to come back and give you our absolute final thoughts and say goodnight.
Oh, good day.
No, it's going to be night.
Yeah, it's going to be night. Good night.
Relocated on the beautiful Dutchman's Bay Antigua is La Buzola.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pastifazool, that's amore.
One hasn't lived well, sleep well, loved well, if one hasn't died well. La Buzola Restaurant on Dutchman's Bay.
Ladies, if you feel you're ready, say, I go and ask him. You know, if he says no, then that gives you perspective on where you are in the relationship.
Definitely.
Are we really independent? No. I don't think we're really independent.
And is Jason really the Joker?
And Jason is really the Joker.
Thank you very much.
Remember to check out our Facebook page, It's a Man's World CVN, on our YouTube channel, It's a Man's World. Remember to like,
share,
subscribe.
Wow, he did that.
What?
Boom! Mind blown. It's a Man's World.
Oh my goodness.
That was unscripted. Jason just blew my mind.
Oh my goodness.
Have a good day, everyone.
All right, take care.
Enjoy Antigua.
Did you see that?
Wow,
Jason
Jason
said
subscribe.
I forgot to shout out.
All right, thank you.
Oh, we still on? Shout out to Sergeant Richards.
Is that a man or a woman?
It's a man or a woman.
I'm just asking a question. That's all I asked.